Merry Christmas. Santa's back.
That's right, Santa's back, and it's time to take out the Christmas garbage. We watched Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. We watch it so you don't have to. So you know what day it is.
Garbage Day.
Horror, so bad and scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad and scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
Merry Christmas, Moon Goons. It is that time of the year. We are a few days away from Christmas, so we are bringing you our Christmas episode here at Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Marshall Hampton. With me today is Mr. Co-host, Mr. Aaron Southworth.
Mr. Mom, Mr. Moon,
Mr.
Mr. Mom.
Mom, Susan, whatever that, Mom, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with your mouth, but...
Wasn't that the Michael Jackson? Mama, Masu,
Was it?
Kusar.
I'm the same, Makusan.
Yeah.
I'm the same, Makusan.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Well, I'm the same, Makusan to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody! It's our Christmas episode.
I'm just having a stroke, really.
Yeah.
This movie gave me a stroke.
Marshall, the side of your face is one side is limp. What's going on? Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Aaron is here, and this week we are doing the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Part 2.
Part 2. Now, another thing about this, first of all, that kind of is an interesting thing that might show that this was kind of doomed from the get-go, is the fact that this movie was released on April 10th of 1987.
Really?
Who releases a Christmas movie in April?
That's a weird choice.
Yeah. That's like the weirdest thing. Right there is there's your bad decision right there.
Yeah. I didn't know the release date was in spring.
Yeah. April 10th.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going on there? Another thing that was weird, you kind of doomed this thing. You can always tell you're in for cheap quality. Is the number of writers the movie has listed for.
Oh boy.
Normally, the more writers it has, the shittier it is.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, and this movie has 6 people credited for with some kind of writing credit.
Wow.
2 of them get credits for just the characters, Michael Hickey and Paul Kaimini, who I think are because they created the characters from the first movie.
Right.
And then 4 people are credited for the story, which Lee Harry, Joseph Early, Dennis Peterson, and Lawrence Applebaum. And then both Lee Harry and Joseph Earl are also credited for the screenplay. So still way too many people working on this movie, and I use movie very loosely. It was also directed by Lee Harry. The cast is awful. There's really there's only like, I think 3 people I'm going to even mention of the whole cast. One,
Samuel L. Jackson's grandfather. Or father, I should say, not his grandfather. This is a joke, by the way. You're looking so serious.
I'm like, I don't think there's a single black person in this movie.
The orderly in the beginning looks so much like
orderly. Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Samuel L. Jackson's ridiculous.
Now you say I wouldn't be.
He looks like Samuel L. Jackson from Black Snake Moan, except with like black hair, not gray hair. Yes. We'll get into it.
Okay. For the only person, James Newman, who plays Dr. Henry Bloom, is, in my opinion, probably the best actor in this movie. I think he does the best job. And that's so.
Says you.
It's lose. Now, he only has 16 credits to his whole name between 1958 and 2007. So very little work, but a long stretch. He was in Legally Blonde 2 and Evan Almighty.
Guy's still working.
And now, another guy who played Ricky at age 15, his name is, I'm going to butcher his last name, is Daryl Gilliabu or something like that. I can't pronounce it. Fuck it.
Gilliabu. Hey.
Guilbeau.
Gigliaboo. I don't know.
Now, I would say if you go by sheer body work, he's probably he's the second most successful person in this movie, and he had like 1 line in the entire movie. He has 88 credits to his name. He's still working today, and he does a ton of voiceover work in like cartoons and video games. And now the only other person that tops him is Frank Novak, who plays the Loan Shark. And he doesn't even get a name. He's just Loan Shark in the credits, but I believe the movie he's referred to as Rocco in the movie.
Of course.
He's got 90, yeah, how stereotypical, 99 credits, tons of TV shows and TV movies, but he also played Henry Kissinger in the Watchmen movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, and he was also in Stephen King's movie Sleepwalkers, so another horror connection there. And other than that, there's nobody else worth talking about in this cast whatsoever.
I beg to differ, but we'll go on.
Oh, if you have, okay, who would you like to talk about?
Well, we'll just get to the end of the movie, and I'll talk about the acting ability of one particular character.
All right. Well, the movie opens with Ricky sitting and smoking in an interrogation-like room in a mental hospital. Now, again, this has to be like the most chill, laid-back mental hospital ever, because apparently they just let their dangerous inmates just hang out with no handcuffs, no leg cuffs, and just they can smoke and carry around Zippos with them willy-nilly.
The Zippo thing kind of freaked me out a little bit.
What's to stop these guys from just setting this place on fire?
I worked at psych ward. You know, it was, everyone knows I've done it for 3 years. And back in the day, yeah, it was a big thing, letting the patient smoke, because it just helped them. You know, if you take everything away, make them a little bit more batty. You know, you give them some cigarettes, but never would you give them a lighter.
Fucking lighter.
Never.
Not even, especially a Zippo. I mean, my God.
Windproof.
Yeah.
You know?
These things don't go out. Just throw it. So, yeah, that alone is like, wait, what? Head scratcher. Now, Ricky is the younger brother of Billy, who was the killer from the original movie. Now, here, I guess Samuel Jackson's grandfather or father comes in at this point.
Well, I guess it'd be his cousin, because actually they're probably about the same age.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson would straight up be him.
It was this guy was so awesome.
He looks straight like they just took him like something like Black Dynamite or Blackula. It's straight up Black Exploitation movie. They plucked him out of there and dropped him into this movie.
He looks insane.
Yeah.
Now he's walking into the room and I guess what he's trying to do is be incredibly cautious, not turning his back on Ricky. He's keeping his eye on him, but his eyes are so big and so wide. If you know that poster or that image of Samuel Jackson in Black Snake Moan, when he just looks crazy as hell with his eyes all big, like crazy. You know, they make memes out of the picture all the time. It's great. But he looks like that all the time.
Okay. So, yeah, the orderly comes in and he sets up this large, like, old school, like, tape recording device while Ricky, again, is just sitting there playing with his Zippo and lights another cigarette. Now, in comes the shrink, Dr. Bloom. He finishes setting up the tape recorder and tells the orderly he can leave, and that's the last we see of him, pretty much.
He's kind of a dick to the orderly.
Yeah, he's like, get out. He just brushes him aside. So,
he
now...
snaps him.
Ow! So, the conversation now starts up, and Ricky's very first line of the movie is, "Fuck off, Doc." That's his first opening line. Now, Eric Foreman, who plays Ricky, is, in my opinion, so over the top that he's trying to be so intense and serious all the time, but there's never any like real sort of inflection or change in his voice when he talks. It's awful. It's really, really bad.
It's the best. It's fantastic.
Well,
I can't get enough. I mean, everything he says is so intense.
Everything is, I gotta go to the bathroom. It's like, I need a potty break.
It's like he's Macho Man 24/7. Like, he's got that kind of intensity.
Yeah. It's funny you said, because to give the people listening an idea of this, I threw together like a mashup of some of the Ricky and Dr. Bloom dialogue conversations throughout the movie, and just put together like about a 1 minute clips, just so you get an idea of what pretty much this entire movie sounds like.
Oh my God, it's great. I can't wait.
Enjoy this.
My time is very valuable.
Oh, and mine isn't?
Your time is running out, son. I'm your last chance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what makes you think you can bullshit your way into my head? Like every other pencil-neck piece of shit.
That was a long time ago. How could you possibly remember all that?
Because I was there. You know, I don't like your attitude, Bloom.
My attitude is not the issue, Mr. Caldwell.
Oh. I forgot.
You miss your brother.
What do you think?
You felt sorry for him. Why?
I feel sorry for you.
Do you dream, Ricky?
I don't sleep.
Yeah, so that's my little Ricky clip. And the whole movie, like, they are trying so hard to make this so intense and deep and dramatic, but it's just so awful.
It's so awesome. Oh my god. Even the doc, like after listening to those clips, dude, the doc is just as bad too.
Yeah.
He's
But he has a little more inflection, but yeah, it's a whole, every
I
scene with,
don't sleep. But the doc's like, my attitude isn't the one in question here. Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
So basically, that's what you do with the entire movie.
Entire movie.
Now we find out a text comes up that it's December 24th. That's flashed up on the screen, and Bloom goes right into it and right away asks Ricky, "Who killed your parents?" Just straight up, "Hey, who murdered your parents?" And now at this point, the movie turns into a 40-minute long retelling of the original movie,
And that's no joke.
which it literally is the entire first movie chopped down and condensed.
Just cut the fat.
Yeah, this has got to be the laziest filmmaking I have ever seen in my life.
To
It's
call this a
bullshit.
sequel is bananas.
Yeah, this is the most bullshit move I've ever seen. It's pretty much
With-
unexcusable.
With the laziness, I'll totally agree. Bullshit.
No, it's because it's bullshit.
Okay, well,
dude.
yeah, okay, sure. All right, that's bullshit, but that doesn't mean I still don't like it.
Oh,
So-
okay. So there are some very short dialogue scenes with Ricky and Bloom.
It's kind of like
which-
Ricky's setting it up.
yeah, like
almost
it jumps. They help jump the flashbacks ahead a little bit.
like the Greek chorus, if you will.
Very much so. Great reference there. I don't know how many people are going to get that, but it's a great reference. So,
To all those smarty pantses out there.
but there are so many things that are fucked up and bad about this movie. One being that Ricky tells Bloom that he remembers his parents being killed because he was there.
Mind you, he was an infant.
Yeah, this would make sense for Billy, who was in the first one, because Billy was like 6 or 8 or something like that in the first movie. But Ricky was a fucking baby in diapers, not even an year old yet when the murders happened. There's no fucking way he remembers that at all. So that's a big issue I had with this whole thing. Saying, I
Yeah.
remember I was there.
Well, even the doc said so. He's just like, how do you remember that? That's impossible.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that just shows you the craziness of old Ricky.
Or the fact that it's just the shitty writing of this movie. Like, he was there, so that gives an excuse to show this flashback again. So now it jumps to Ricky and Billy's time at the orphanage, and again, it just shows the entire first movie.
And if you haven't, go ahead and go back and have a listen to our...
Yeah, it's episode 36.
Okay.
Episode 36. And at this point, it goes from the parents' murder to the orphanage to Billy working at the toy store, Billy's killing spree, and then again, it shows each and every murder from the first movie.
And again, sorry, we're kind of going through it fast, but we've done this movie
yeah,
before.
that's right.
We've been here, done that.
Exactly.
And it's just Ricky filling in the holes, the gaps, because they cut out all the fat in between. And they just show the murders and the scenes that kind of meant something.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun because they cut out all the fat. They just give you the kills. They give you the thrills. It's kind of, I like it.
It's kind of,
Let me put it this way. If you haven't seen the first one, watch the second one.
yeah, you'll never need to see the first one. And then it takes Billy back to the orphanage to Kilmar Superior, where Billy gets shot and dies at Ricky's feet.
And we just covered half the movie.
That's pretty much, yeah. So exactly, this took 40 minutes of this movie. It's all bullshit, a complete waste of time, because this whole movie is only about 85 minutes long. So pretty much half the movie is all clips and flashback from the first one. It's not original material at all.
None.
So once Ricky ends the flashback, now I guess this movie actually technically would start.
The story of Ricky now
Yeah.
takes over. And at the end of the flashback, they do show, Billy getting shot and killed and falling at the feet of Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky looking over at Mother Superior and saying, naughty. So they kind of gave a
but
prelude.
They showed that in the first one
Exactly.
too.
But it's like that's where we kind of pick up now. So just letting you know, so Ricky is, he kind of is.
You know what? What they
being
should
a
have
kid,
done.
kind of taking the role.
What they should have done is just start the movie with that scene. Like, okay,
Right.
Billy, boom, dead. Show Ricky, say naughty. Then like 18 years later, or 10, 12 years later, however you want to be, and then just pick up the movie. They don't need to waste 40 minutes of people's lives over rehashing the entire first movie.
Yeah.
So Ricky tells Bloom about how the nuns found him like a foster family to go live with.
The Rosenbergs.
Rosenbergs.
Yeah, they're not going to be celebrating Christmas.
No, nice Jewish family. So even though we're finding a new material here, it's still all told as flashbacks. And we see scenes of Ricky get picked up by his new family, him growing up.
15-year-old Ricky.
Yeah.
And he's even saying, he's like, it was great. They treated me good. They were nice. Hey, I had a dog. It was a good time. He's happy.
But here's another problem with the movie is that the timeline is messed up. They mess up their own timeline, either due to the writing or due to, just the writing. They messed it up because the first movie took place in the present day time and that was made in 1984, something like that. Billy is 18 when he's killed. So that means Ricky, according to this, is 12. Because they're supposed to be 8 years apart. But when we see the flashbacks of Ricky living with his new family, it looks like it's the late 70s or very early 80s. Not to mention that this movie takes place with Ricky being at least 19 or 20 at the time. So that would mean this movie would actually take place in 92 or 93, like he's presently telling these reverse stories. But they never acknowledge this, and they portray him like it takes place in the present day, 87, when the movie was made, which is impossible based on this timeline.
Goddamn, Marshall, you're going deep.
And yeah,
I love that shit.
Because this movie was made 3 years after the first one.
Yeah, why didn't they say the future? In the future.
I mean, yeah, like 20 years later. No, they're making it seem like it's right after the first one, but it's impossible for that to happen.
Because, man, it is 80s as fuck.
It is.
I love the gear that Ricky's wearing when he's an adult. Oh my God,
yeah.
the clothes he's wearing when he's at the movie theater. We're
Yeah.
gonna get to. Oh, fuck.
So, anyway, so Ricky, also, they can't keep this right. Ricky's hair changes colors three times throughout this film. He starts off as a brunette, young Ricky in the orphanage is brown hair, and then one of the very first flashbacks where he gets adopted by the Rosenbergs, he's blonde. He's blonde.
Super blonde.
He's like Hitler youth blonde. And then when he's 15 and 18, he's back to brown.
Yeah.
They can't even get the hair color straight in this movie.
He's so blonde.
So, another time age fuck up is when Ricky's talking about his adopted father died 5 years ago, because they're seeing like, my father died 5 years. This would put him at age 17, because because of this, he was 12 when he got adopted. But the credits all refer to him, say Ricky at 15.
Right.
So that means that he was 10 when he was adopted, not 12, which means he had to have been adopted 2 years before Billy was even killed. Nothing in this movie makes sense. Nothing.
Well, you have too many writers fucking it up.
Yeah, that's right. You can't keep it straight. Everyone's doing their own fucking thing. So, yeah, I even went, after the movie, I went back and I checked the credits just to make sure. Like, yeah, it's clearly reads Ricky at 10, and then Ricky at 15, but then they say in the writing that he's 17 when his father dies, and he was 12. Everything's fucked up. Nothing's right in this movie. So after the funeral scene, time jumps forward ahead, like a short amount of time, not too much, and it's just Ricky walking around by himself in like the wilderness somewhere, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, he's out in the woods.
Yeah.
Just enjoying a stroll.
Not real wood, but like fields and trees.
Yeah,
like not like a heavy wood thing.
Right.
But and he comes across this couple in a red Jeep. Now the red car thing becomes a big, like every car in this movie is red. It's like a thing in this movie.
And yeah, it's we'll get to it.
Okay. So he spots this couple on a blanket out in the field, and he watches them from a distance. And basically, the guy, I think his name is Eddie, he's like, he just wants to get laid.
He's slamming Tecate beer.
Tecate beer. Yes, indeed. I did write that. Yeah, Tecate. Yeah, he's getting real hands. He's like, come on, let's do it. And so he's ready to go. And the girl's like, nah, I don't really want to do it right now. So
he's got a hard on, and he needs to blow his wad.
Yes.
Oh my God, he is not stopping.
No, he is not. And this triggers the flashback of Ricky's mother being raped and murdered
from the first movie.
Yeah, from the first movie, which again pisses me off because there's no way baby Ricky would even see this. Even if he didn't remember, he wouldn't see because he was locked up in a car seat in the car. The mother was outside the car, flat on her back on the street. There's no way he has a visual line of sight to even see this happen.
And, yeah, he's an infant.
Yeah, he's less than 1 year old. So, oh God. damn this movie.
But he's having flashbacks.
He is having flashbacks. So the girl kicks the guy in the balls. This stops him. He goes like, fuck it, I'm going to go get another Tecate beer, which is back in the Jeep. So Eddie, they do a very deliberate shot of him, showing him reaching through the cab, through the driver's side window, and the Jeep is empty. There's nobody in the Jeep. He walks around the front of the Jeep, and now all of a sudden, magically, Ricky is sitting in the driver's seat. How does he get there so fast? Where did he come from? He's a ghost or something in order to walk up in the outside, stepping on twigs. Never heard. The guy has apparently no peripheral vision in either. He opens up a car door, gets in. The guy doesn't feel the car move or shake when he sits down. Close the car door. Nothing. He just materializes in the driver's seat of this Jeep.
Didn't you know Ricky was part Nightcrawler?
Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Poof.
God damn. So Ricky runs Eddie. He starts up and just runs him over, like back and forth.
I love it. He just starts up the Jeep and boom, runs him over, puts in reverse, boom.
Yeah.
And back in drive, boom. This goes on for a while.
Yeah, it does.
And you see the girl in the distance kind of look up and see this truck or the Jeep going back and forth,
and like
back
bumping
and forth.
over something.
And that's not Eddie driving.
No.
She walks over.
Oh yeah. He gets out of the Jeep and starts to walk away, but runs into the woman.
Because she walks over, looks under, sees the mauled body of like her boyfriend or date, at least, Eddie. And instead of being horrified, terrified, and being like, ah, and running away, she looks at him, they kind of lock eyes, and she goes, thanks.
Yeah, she says, thank you. And then just walks away to go get a milkshake or something.
And Ricky's like, you know, just kind of like nods at her, like, you know what's up, right on. I got you.
Just thank you.
Thank you.
You just blatantly called horrible vehicular murder.
Murdered the
vehicular
shit.
homicide, really.
Hey, I'm not sticking up for Eddie. I don't think anything Eddie did was right. He's a
No.
horrible person.
But the girl's like, thank you.
But, yeah, I mean, holy shit.
Jesus. So, before I go on, I gotta take a sip of my drink here, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but it is the holiday season, and because for me this movie is so fucking awful and just horrendous, I'm drinking the heavy stuff. I'm drinking the Evan Williams original Southern eggnog for the holiday season, keeping a little bit of Christmas cheer while still getting my needed intake of heavy alcohol. And whiskey.
There you go. Hey, man, knock yourself out.
Yeah. So again, we jump ahead in time. Now Ricky's 18 and he's working as like a dishwasher or something, just your shorthand, not even a cook. He's just like dishwasher guy at some restaurant. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, he even says, I got a job washing dishes, taking out garbage, shit like that.
Yeah.
And he said it like that.
He does. So one night Ricky's out taking the trash out and he spots Rocco, the loan shark, putting the heat on some guy that owes him money in an alleyway.
And really quick, Ricky is rocked. Ricky's a ripped dude.
For something like
who's supposed to be 18 or 19. The dude is jacked.
Yeah. He's not like we're not talking like
he's not like a rock.
We're not talking Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rock, Stallone, Jack, but he is in really good shape.
Big dude.
For especially which you don't really see a whole lot of people like your stars and A's were not this big or ripped
unless they were roided out.
Yeah.
And
he probably could have been roided.
He had tiny legs and a giant chest,
So Rocco just beats the crap out of this random guy, leaves him lying in a pile of trash. Now, Rocco turns to walk, and Ricky stops him. He bump into each other, and Ricky just attacks Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco's like, hey, what's your problem? He just, like, stops him, and I think, doesn't he say something? Doesn't he say naughty?
I think he says punish.
Yeah, he goes, punish. And he's just like, oh, wise guy, huh? Yeah. And then you just...
Turn into Three Stooges.
Yeah. And then you don't see what happens. You just hear a scuffle, and you see Rocco fly through the air and land in garbage.
Yeah, piles of garbage. So, now, again, Ricky, at this point, is just supposed to be your average run-of-the-mill psycho, just a normal crazy guy.
Well,
but yet
he run-of-the-mill psycho.
Yeah.
But
he has superhuman strength. I mean, like you said, he tosses Rocco like a rag doll on his pile of trash from at least 10 feet away. And then with one hand, he lifts him up off the ground and holds him up against a brick wall.
Effortlessly.
And he manages to hold on to Rocco after Rocco punches him 3 times in the face,
And he
which
just
has no effect on Ricky.
Takes the punch, looks back at him. Takes the punch, looks back at him. Like, God damn.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like the scene in Terminator, like, where was it, Reese or something, like hitting the Terminator over here with a pipe, and Terminator's like, what?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Because it was the fucking Terminator.
Yeah. This is just Ricky, some messed up kid who's got superhuman strength. So Ricky then reaches down and picks up an old umbrella and just impales Rocco up through the stomach and out the back with this umbrella. And as it goes through him, the umbrella pops open. And it's like it's like the red and white umbrella from Resident Evil umbrella.
Yeah, it looks a lot like that. For anybody who's a listener that's a fan of Resident Evil, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Straight out of like Raccoon City umbrella. When I saw that, that's the first thing I thought. I was like,
me too. Yeah, like umbrella. So Ricky just leaves Rocco's dead body in the alleyway with the umbrella open, sticking out of it, and just walks off, I guess, to go back to finish his dishwashing shift. So now we go back to Dr. Bloom, he's starting to sweat. He's sweating. He's saying that he has no mention of these 2 killings in his notes. And if I haven't mentioned this, it's because during this exchange between Ricky and Bloom, it's out of control. Ricky's eyebrows are constantly raising throughout this whole, like every line, his eyebrows will go up and down, up and down. Like
someone told him, act with your eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like,
it's like, okay,
crazy.
got it.
I've never seen, like, his eyebrows should get an Oscar for best crazy eyebrow raising performance or something like that. It's bonkers.
Dude, not only is he ripped, his eyebrow muscles must be jacked. Boom, 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 boom. They're just flying around all over the place.
They're like, you can't even control them. They're just all over the place. So Bloom pulls out a black and white headshot picture of a woman who we find out is Ricky's lover or ex-girlfriend, Jennifer. Now, Jennifer is just a regular, normal woman, but for some reason she gives him an autographed headshot. So at this point, I just
That's right. I didn't even think about that.
So
It's so weird.
It's honestly
like a total like
it's
black
like
and
you
white.
would see like one of those restaurants like a laundromat in New York, say like Danny DeVito does my laundry here.
Suzanne Summers. Yeah. She does look like she's kind of out of Three's Company too.
And it's a straight up headshot. I mean, it's glossy and black and white. I swear to God,
it has her name signed and with an XOXO.
Yes. I swear, I think what happened is the director and producer just said, fuck it at this point. Let's just use the actress's real headshot from her audition because we just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I swear that's what happened. So again, we jump ahead to Ricky, to the Ricky Jennifer saga here. And they meet. This is how they meet. They meet when she rear ends him on his motorcycle with her car. Knocks him over, and the bitch doesn't even say sorry for hitting you.
She gets out with her skinny ass legs and starts laughing.
She just stands over him, looking down. She giggles a bit. They make googly oogly eyes at each other, and that's how the relationship begins. Because we cut ahead, we move forward some boring montages of them riding around his motorcycle. They're all playing grab ass. They're hugging. Everything's great. She hit you with her car and never even said sorry. And that's how you... Whatever.
I knew I loved her. She was crazy just like me. Ugh.
So the whole montage ends with a really... I guess you would call it... But it's the most boring and bad sex scene ever. It's really bad and awful.
It's weird because he's got one hand on her hip, his left hand on the hip, and they show his right hand just hovering above her butt.
Yeah.
Which no one would just let it hover. Like, he's just letting this thing dangle above her butt. Like, what?
It's almost like when still music like that, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, but the finger like around your nose, but not touching you.
He's not touching your butt, and I'm thinking, is he just trying to be respectful of the actress? Because he's not doing good acting, because if he was acting, he'd be grabbing her a big old handful of that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's gay.
Maybe
you never know. And he's just like, ew.
Or maybe she's just like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You are a creepy motherfucker.
Basically, it turns out that Ricky tells Dr. Bloom that this was his first time that I thought it was hers too. That's basically how he says it. So we fade in to Ricky and Jennifer. Now they're at the movies. They're
Best
watching.
scene in the whole.
They're
fucking
watching
movie.
the trailer for a new movie called Chaos. The movie we've all been waiting for. More action, more violence, more death and destruction than any film seen before.
I want to see that.
Chaos.
I want to see Chaos.
And that's pretty much the trailer you hear. In the
Yeah,
background.
that's exactly what it is. And Ricky's like looking with intent. He's like, yeah. He's like really enthralled. He wants to see Chaos.
Yeah, he does. And in the very back row, there's this obnoxious loudmouth douche who just won't stop yelling at the screen. And next to him is his little mustachioed friend.
I know his friend looks.
Who just,
They both look like teenagers, except the guy with the mustache all of a sudden went to like 35.
Yeah.
You know? Like he's just like, why am I here? Yeah, he looks so much older with that mustache.
That's funny you say that he looks so much older because I have a tidbit about that in Odds and Ends.
But yeah, the punk kid is just like movie, just just being totally obnoxious.
Yeah, so the loudmouth takes offense to Ricky turning around and looking at him for being so loud. Ricky doesn't say anything at this time, and Jennifer tells Ricky that she really likes him, that he's different than everybody else. They go to kiss, but they're interrupted by the loudmouth, making kissing sounds at them. Now, it should be noted that Ricky talks, again, exactly the same in these scenes as he does with Dr. Bloom.
I'm always intense.
Yeah, like, do you want popcorn? Or do you want some milk duds? I mean, you would think the director...
I'm gonna have gummy bears. Guy just can't relax.
I swear you would think the director would say to Eric the actor, he's like,
easy.
Ricky's supposed to be happy in these scenes with Jennifer. Jennifer makes him happy. But I'm guessing the director just checked out and just said, at this point, just said, fuck it, I don't care anymore, just whatever.
And so he goes to kiss the girl. The guy's making fun of him some more. Ricky looks back and he's just like, what, you gonna kiss her? Whatever. Yeah, I didn't think so. Faggot.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
The 80s.
Yep. Man, the movies love throwing the fag word around the 80s,
Yes,
man. They just use that with abundance, with reckless abandon, I should say. Also, I told funny, this is the smallest and most brightest lit movie theater I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't think they even did the lights.
What kind of movie theater has white walls?
White walls, and it's like 4 aisles, like 5 aisles. It's the tiniest thing. Like, I've seen people have bigger movie theaters in their basements than this place. So, Jennifer tells Ricky that the movie they're about to watch...
This is so funny. This is my favorite scene in the whole movie. So after he gets called a faggot, he looks back over and he's just like trying to ignore this guy. And he goes, what's this movie about anyway? And she goes, oh, it's great. It's about this guy who dresses up on like Santa and goes around killing people. And Ricky goes, this is the most inflection he has in the whole movie.
Totally is.
He's just, instead of being like, oh, he goes, what? The whole movie, he's like,
he didn't go
punish. No, he really does.
No, he didn't go, what? He didn't sound like a sassy black boy, but he was like, what?
It was so funny.
It was.
It was so out of character. The whole movie. I'm saying,
You're trying to go, what?
Yeah. What? I fucking lost it. Oh.
I wish I had a stone cold. What? What? All right. Anyway, so yeah. So what this again? What makes this is so
even better
bad filmmaking. They start showing the movie in a movie, and guess what? The movie in the movie is? It's the fucking scene from Silent Night, Deadly Night 1.
It's the opening scene. So he's like watching the history of his life.
Yeah, it's like, so is this like meta? Like, was Silent Night Deadly 1 a movie? Did they make a movie based on the life of Billy and they're showing it now for Ricky to watch?
Oh my god.
What is happening? This is the laziest filmmaking I've ever seen.
I fucking loved it.
So, I mean, they show us the man dressed as Santa kill Ricky's parents, that they shoot the gas station clerk, take off in the same car, and then go kill Ricky.
And
then
the only thing we don't see is him killing parents.
Yeah, because we've already seen that in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
God damn.
So, at this point, Ricky just says, punish, gets up from his seat, and just walks out of frame.
And, you know, the chick is like, all right.
Whatever.
This is just normal Ricky.
Yeah.
Just punishing.
Ricky being Ricky.
Yeah.
So after he leaves, Jennifer's ex-boyfriend pops up behind her and like tries to put the move on her. Just out of nowhere.
Marty. Was it Marty?
It's like Chet or
oh,
Chad.
Chet. It was Chet.
It's a really white boy name.
Yeah,
Like Chet,
yeah.
Chad, Cody, or something like that.
I think it was Chip.
It's Chip. Yes, it's right. It's Chip. Chip.
Okay, Chip.
So again, Chip must have been like lying on the floor of this movie theater this whole time, because how does he get behind her is beyond my
He may have been
imagining.
laying there for fucking hours because he is white as a ghost.
He is white
He's
as a
never
ghost.
seen the sun in his life, and his hair is this horrible dyed
Oh,
blonde.
it's like platinum blonde.
Oh,
Like, he's one step away from being an albino.
He's supposed to be kind of like the preppy,
Oh, yeah.
rich kid. It's like, I haven't seen you at the club.
Yeah,
you know,
he's just straight. Like if this was like an athlete, he'd be like the rich ski guy, the bully guy.
right. Well, that's who he's supposed to portray.
Yeah.
But his hair is so bad.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah.
I'm just like, nah.
And not even bad for 80s, like good 80s bad,
Yeah,
just bad.
Just bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, it just looks like shit.
So we find out that the big thing to take away from this is that she keeps shooting him down, and we do find out that the two of them fucked in the back of his car, and
They
then
dated for a while. She turned him down. He wants her back.
and she broke up with him for standing her up, cheating on her, and ruining her best sweater. Which
Ew.
I'm guessing the sweater got ruined that night in the back seat, perhaps. Yeah, that's that was the first thing that came to my mind. A little baby juice got on there.
Man, that's some powerful stuff there, Chip. God damn.
So while Chip and Jennifer have been talking, Ninja Ricky has somehow removed and dispatched the loudmouth's mustachioed friend and has taken his spot next to Loudmouth without being seen
This
or
is
heard or
great.
noticed.
This is great. So the loudmouth's talking to the mustache friend, like, "Hey, can you believe that? That's so stupid." And you can see both their face, and he turns back to him, and you see both their face. And the third time, when he turns back to say something, to mustache, he's face to face with Ricky. Mustache is gone.
Mustache go.
And he just goes, "Punish."
He goes, shh,
"Punish." And what fuck? We didn't even talk about what Ricky's
no,
wearing.
No, I'm sorry. He says naughty, not
Oh,
he
yeah,
says naughty.
naughty.
He goes
We didn't even
naughty.
see what Ricky's wearing. Oh my god, he's wearing this like canary yellow polo
Yeah.
and the most dick tight white pants, tucked in polo you've ever seen. I mean, he looks like a Ken doll who tried to portray Miami Vice without the sports coat. It's crazy. His pants are so white and so tight. Holy cow! I fucking love it.
So Chip and Jennifer turn around to see what the commotion is going on, and all they see is a pair of legs sticking up from behind the seats,
Flopping
twitching,
around.
and popcorn like flying up from behind the seats.
So Ricky's
they're like-
fucking him up. Yeah, they just
they're
look
like,
back and like, yeah.
Eh. Not to mention the two older people that come there between the two, they like disappeared. The entire opening of the scene, like there's this older couple between Ricky and Jennifer, and then the loudmouth couple in between them. But during this, they're just gone.
Because they just witnessed a fucking murder. They're like, God damn, we need to get out of here.
So before Chip leaves, he tells Jennifer that he will be home all summer and he's gonna be waiting for her to come crawling back to him. Now Ricky magically reappears on the other side of Jennifer, which what? And she wants to leave, but he says no. I'm beginning to like this picture.
Yeah.
He's actually who said picture in the 80s?
Intense Ricky says picture.
I don't think Amy and Asia want to see the picture show today.
Yeah.
It wasn't the 40s or.
All right, let's go catch the trolley.
Yeah,
let's go see the picture.
Yeah.
We can watch 3 movies for a nickel. You know?
So we jump ahead to some other day. We don't know when. And Ricky and Jennifer, they're holding hands, walking down the sidewalk of a nice, peaceful, really
Quiet
nice neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yeah. And they run into Chip working on his sweet red convertible probably a Mustang at this point.
It's
I
not a
don't know.
muscle car.
Yeah. Now Chip gets he starts rubbing it in their face that he fucked Jennifer. Like, yeah, just blatantly obviously. Ricky starts getting upset. He gets into Chip's face, trying to kind of defend Jennifer and trying to shut Chip up. But in the argument, Ricky like pushes Jennifer down to the ground.
Yeah, they're getting in each other's face. She tries to step in between them. She falls down.
She gets pushed
I
down.
don't think she gets pushed. It's like the lamest fall ever. She's all of a sudden like kind of ducks out of frame, and then the next scene she's like laying on the grass, like it's like really odd.
Yeah, it is bad.
Chip, he's laughing. He thinks it's funny. It's like, oh, you're falling for me again.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what.
And apparently, this lame line
Yeah.
is too much for Ricky to handle.
Exactly.
It's not the fact that he's saying, "Yeah, I fucked your girl in the back seat of my car." It's. Oh, you're falling for me. This lame joke. And then Ricky just can't take lame jokes,
No,
man.
he
just
cannot.
can't take it.
Because at this point, Ricky grabs Chick by the neck and forces his head down to the car's exposed engine because the hood's up. He then takes the red end of a set of jumper cables that are attached to a battery charger and sticks it into Chip's mouth. Sparks fly as Ricky turns up the voltage of the battery charger. Chip gets electrocuted so badly that his eyes explode out of their sockets.
He's wearing sunglasses. They explode with such force. Not only does his eyes fucking explode, but it shatters the sunglasses
The lenses.
frames. Oh my god, it's so awesome.
But I'm sorry, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe human skin is a non-conductible material. So I'm pretty sure Ricky should have been electrocuted too.
Yeah,
because
'cause he's holding him by the neck.
the whole time. It's like a second. Right, he lets go right before the eyes explodes when he finally lets go.
Yeah.
But Ricky should have been electrocuted.
Yes, he should have
easily as well. Now Jennifer screams. And
Ricky's smiling. He's so proud
Yeah.
of himself.
like, look, Mom, look what I did. Jennifer's freaking out. She's yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
I hate you.
I hate you, blah, blah, blah. And while she's yelling at Ricky the whole time, he starts having more flashbacks of Mother Superior saying, naughty, punish, naughty, blah, blah, blah. So now Ricky just snaps. This is where he snaps, and he attacks Jennifer. And in a brilliant piece of writing and acting, Jennifer simply says, uh-oh, and tries to run away. Like, cue Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh. And that is literally in this movie.
Oh, no. She's yelling, and she sees Ricky go kill her. He's like, I'm going to kill you, pigeon. Uh-oh. It's like that's her final word.
Yeah, that's her final line.
Uh-oh.
Because Rippy rips the antenna off the
Yeah.
car, which is, and again, another red car, and he uses it to strangle Jennifer to death. Now, this is the fastest strangulation I've ever seen. Because Jennifer, first of all, she doesn't put up much of a fight. She pretty much dies instantly as soon as the antenna touches her throat. Like,
Yeah, she did. She's ah.
eh. The second she hits the ground, like seriously, the second her body hits the ground, there's
a police car.
officer right there. Which, why did the cop get out and do something once, I don't know, Chip's head exploded?
Right.
If he was that close.
Oh, he's just there. And he's the most opie motherfucker
Thank you.
ever.
I was trying to think of that cop's name, but
Oh.
yeah, his hat's barely on. It's all crooked. He's the
well,
doopy,
he
dopey
looks
cop.
like Opie, he's got the kind of freckles, like just the curly orange hair, real skinny. He looks like the Opie character.
Yeah.
But you're thinking of not Don Rickles. What's his?
I know what
name?
you're talking. Yeah,
From
I know.
the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah.
I can't.
Don Knotts? No.
No. Don Knotts. It's
Yeah,
Don Knotts
Don
who plays
Knotts.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Don Knotts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
mhm.
Yeah, very much in that same
Yeah.
mold. So he pulls out the gun and he's telling Ricky to freeze. And first of all, he holds his gun so weird. I mean, not like he's not sideways, but he instead of holding it like straight out, he holds it like up at an angle with his wrist, like like at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Why? Who holds their gun that
Exactly.
way?
So he comes right up to Ricky.
Yeah.
Like right up to him.
Which again, is not police protocol. You don't get that close.
No. He's just like, okay, big fella, I'm going to go ahead and put these here handcuffs in. No funny business, because I know how to use this.
And he's like a Western.
As soon as he says that, Ricky grabs a gun, turns it around, and boom.
And the guy's
shoots him
like, he
right
turns
in-
his own wrist around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shoots him through his fucking forehead.
Yep.
Like
Boom.
that.
Yep, he's dead. So Ricky picks up the cop's revolver, which is a 6-shooter.
And an extension of his penis, because
Totally
goddamn
is.
is he just like, oh. Like, he's so into it.
Sorry, God.
He loves it.
You're so right, because he is like, oh, yeah.
I should have bought something like this weeks ago.
Sorry, can't stop laughing. All right, so I just lost my place. Okay. Now, at this point, Ricky just starts walking around the
In
neighborhood.
the middle of the street.
Middle of the day.
Middle of the day, middle of the street.
He's shooting and killing everyone he sees.
Some guy steps on the porch and he goes, hey, boom,
I mean,
gone.
it turns out Ricky's also a dead-eye marksman. He's just one shot, one kill.
Yeah, because the guy who comes on the porch and goes, hey, you, he's got to be like
He's a good
200 yards away.
I would say 200, but at least
he's a long way.
30 to 40 yards at least.
He's okay, easy. But goddamn.
But just one shot, boom. Now this basically brings us to what Aaron and I consider to be the most famous and memorable scene.
Classic line for us.
For us anyway. Best when we were teenagers, because Ricky comes across this guy taking out the trash.
This poor schmo.
Just taking his garbage out, and Ricky's like, "Garbage day!"
He just comes and goes, "Hey, huh?
Garbage day!"
He just sarcastically yells, "Garbage day,"
and just shoots
him.
And he tries to use the trash can as a shield, but the bullet just goes right through the trash can, hits the guy center mass in the chest, killing him right out, and Ricky just continues walking around laughing
I love his lips.
Now, just because this is probably the most famous scene to talk about, I do have this clip, so I'm going to play the garbage day just so you can hear how weird this is. Enjoy this clip.
Garbage day!
Huh?
No!
So yeah, that's he would do Ted DiBiase Million Man proud of that laugh. That is so close to. So again, we see another small red car come driving down the street towards him. Ricky raises the gun, fires 3 shots into the car. The last bullet hits the car right in the grill. It causes it to swerve and ramp off an oddly yet very conveniently placed mound of dirt in the middle of the road.
Sure.
Why that's there, who knows? Now, when I say ramp, I don't mean like a Dukes of Hazzard jumping car. It just kind of goes up on two side wheels and
half the car hits it, so it flips.
Yeah, and the car it rolls up on 2 sides and flips over. And after the car flips, it just inexplicably explodes in the middle, and it's the most gentle rolling flip I think I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, it's not like crash, crash, crash. It's just like flap, dump. And back on its wheels, boom.
And dude, after watching this, the stuntman, the thing is that Ricky doesn't move. He shoots it goes up on the mount, and it just misses the stuntman by fucking hair. I'm watching this, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that stuntman's got balls the size.
You can kind of see him move just a tiny bit. But if he didn't move that tiny bit, he was going to get clipped by that car.
I will say that stuntman was...
That was balls.
He has all my respect, man. That is
balls.
So, again, Ricky just chuckles and walks away. And the next shot of him is just laughing to himself,
looking at the gun again, this is so cool.
Yeah. Oh, and look, there's a shot where a little girl on a bike rolls up to him, runs into him, and
runs he's on a shooting spree in the middle of the street, and some little
girl is
riding her fucking tricycle into Ricky.
Runs right into him.
She looks up and she goes, "Sorry, mister."
She's like, "Excuse me, sir." And he's like, "Okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
You live."
So...
I don't know what his rules are, because some poor schmo was just trying to take out his garbage.
Apparently taking out your garbage is naughty, but a girl runs into you with her bike, and that's okay.
Yeah, she apologized.
She did apologize.
Yeah, that's what
he did not apologize for taking out that trash.
I'm sorry, I have to take this garbage
Maybe he was taking out too late. Maybe it was, he was supposed to take out earlier that day, and he was late.
You missed garbage day.
You missed the garbage day.
That's what it is. That's why he
God
just yelled
damn, we solved the mystery.
I think we did.
So now he's just walking across the street, and he comes across
again, looking at his gun. Fucking awesome.
And there's a police barricade just right in the middle of the road, and the cops order him to drop his guns. Ricky just laughs at him. He turns the gun on himself.
And all the cops are like, no, don't do it. Don't be a fool.
It's hilarious because again, the acting of these cops is so horrendously bad. It's awful. And this is the other clip I did record because it's so bad. It was like, freeze, stop right there. No, you have so much to live for. Please.
Don't be a fool.
Yeah, just listen. Enjoy this.
Drop your weapon. Drop it. I repeat, drop it now. No, don't do it. No, it's not worth it. Don't be a fool. Don't do it. Don't kill yourself.
imagine it. Get this $1 million man laughing the whole time.
Fucking love it.
I just have a picture now of like Ricky with the $1 million belt and like Virgil following behind him with like a stack of money. Stack of Benjamins.
Slapping money on his hand.
I wish Ricky was like putting like $100 bills in the mouth of every person he killed. So he pulls the trigger and collect the guns out of ammo. Now, I will say this is the one thing about the movie that actually got right, because I counted a number of shots. He does fire 6 shots.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, holy shit, they actually got that right. I thought he was just going to go start shoot. No. But they got it right.
Continuity, hey.
Yeah, that's the one time it works. So we go back to Ricky in the hospital, and he's saying it's a shame that the cops stopped him before he could do what he really had to do. Which at this point, it was like, what the fuck, what's he talking about? We don't know. So he puts his cigarette out on the picture of Jennifer, the headshot of Jennifer. The camera pans over to show Dr. Bloom dead on the table from being strangled to death by the recording tape, which I would think wouldn't be strong to strangle somebody, but I think the tape would just snap.
Yeah, if he doubled it up.
But at this point, fuck it. This movie's so
white
awful.
as a ghost. How long has he been dead?
Yeah.
Jesus, he is pale as could be.
Yeah, that's
like
a good
he's
point.
been dead for hours.
Ricky just walks out. He's like, he killed like hours ago, but I have to finish telling my story to nobody.
Yeah, he goes, now time to finish. And then he walks out. The door's not locked. He just walks out, and then you hear
mental asylum. Doors aren't even locked. He just walks right out,
and all you hear is chaos, just like him destroying anything that comes into his path.
I'm assuming Samuel L. Jackson dies there.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's cousin probably got it.
Yeah. So and now the camera it zooms in on the tape recorder, and then when it zooms out, we see a police lieutenant, or detective telling a nun, Sister Mary, that Ricky escaped 6 hours ago.
And they're just now putting the body in the body bag.
Yeah.
Like, why would they bring her in to witness this body being loaded on?
God,
that's pretty traumatizing.
That's a great point.
Like, hey, come here. Come to the exact scene where he killed.
That's the conversation you could have had over the phone.
Right.
Like, Sister, bad news. Ricky, that guy, he escaped about 6 hours ago.
Come on down to the psych ward because I want you to see
I want to see what's in store for you, so you know.
Doesn't make any sense.
These are awful cops. So we learned from Sister Mary that Mother Superior has had a stroke over the last few years, or however she had a stroke.
She had something.
And we cut to the Salvation Army Santa ringing a bell, working his red bucket. We don't see it, we just hear it. Yeah. And Ricky kills him off camera.
He sounds so like ridiculous. Hey, everybody, come on, give $1 to Santa Claus. He sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it really does.
He sounds like he's half drunk, half retarded. And he's just, come on, hey, you're a big fella. Don't you want to go? Ah! And then he dies. It's so weird.
Yeah, you don't see,
such a weird choice.
It really is. Yeah, we don't see the death. You just hear it off screen.
It's like we can't play you every clip, or else we just play you the movie.
Yeah. So the camera pans over to show Ricky now in a Santa suit making a call from a phone booth, and when all he says when a woman answers is "Merry Christmas, Santa's back," and then he just leaves the phone booth, and the camera pans down to show the man killed.
Yeah, the dead Santa
pressed up against the glass of the phone booth,
half drunk, half retarded guy.
Yeah. Now we cut to Mother Superior, who's been replaced by a new actor because I'm sure the original Mother Superior, Liliane Chauvin, just wanted nothing to do with this piece of shit. She's like, "Fuck it, I'm not doing that." And also, for some reason in this movie, having a stroke also gives you like leprosy. I have no idea what the makers of this film were thinking, but what the hell is wrong with her face?
Dude, she's got like these massive, like lumpy boils on her face.
Her face is it was fine in the first movie.
Yeah,
Mother
she's
Superior
just an old lady.
An older woman. She was totally fine, but she suddenly has a stroke, and she looks like the left side of her face just went. It was like a leper who went 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. What were they thinking?
I guess it's trying to hide the fact that it was a different actress, but it's pretty fucking
It's pretty
blatant.
obvious.
Yeah, you know what's the most obvious thing? It's that you tried to cover it up.
Yeah.
That makeup is insane.
It's the craziest thing. That might be the craziest thing in this whole movie. It's like, what the fuck? So she wheels herself over to a TV, turns on, and when... there's a Christmas parade, which she calls shameful and sacrilegious, the Christmas Day parade.
Yeah,
Which again, it's like nighttime. and it's the Christmas Day parade, which is really weird.
Maybe it was recorded earlier that day. But that bitch just doesn't like anything.
No, she doesn't. So Ricky now chops through the front door with an axe, during which we do notice that her address is 666.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mother Superior, the nun,
She
lives at 666.
666 Hell Road. You know, like what the fuck is going on?
Like that's
Her
what I expect to
address
see,
is
like 976
666.
Evil or something, or any
That's
other
her
movie,
number.
but not. That's her phone number.
Oh, dude, it's so awesome.
Mother Superior's on the other line of the 966 Evil call. Get your horoscope.
Yeah. So
Naughty punish.
So Ricky starts chopping down the door
So
with an axe. He gets out of who the fuck
who fucking knows?
knows?
He just shows up with an axe.
Sure, because Billy had it in the first one. We need to give it. There's no reason for him to even put on.
A Santa suit.
They're just like,
Yeah,
let's just rehash this.
exactly.
Let's just finish what Billy couldn't. You know, let's just go back. Everyone wanted that bitch to die. Let's see if we can do it this time.
So he kicks open the door, calls out for her, and we see her hiding in a room upstairs. Ricky climbs the stairs, axe in hand. She barricades her door with a desk. Again, now how a woman
In a
in
wheelchair.
a wheelchair manages to do this, I have no idea.
Mad props.
And Ricky's trying to open the door. She immediately rams the door with her wheelchair.
Yeah, he pushes it and she'll ram it with her wheelchair, and he'll be like, ha, ha, ha. He's kind of toying with her.
Yeah.
He's kind of laughing it off.
She is able to get the close and lock it, but Ricky just starts hacking down with the axe.
He's just like, meh.
Yeah, and she just rolls herself away into another room. And she tries to roll away, down the hallway, but Ricky catches up to her. He raises the axe.
Yeah, so she's trying to roll away, and there's a stairs. So she's rolling to the stairs, and she's going to try and...
There's one of those chair lifts.
Yeah, like a chairlift. She's trying to get on the chairlift, but she's kind of stuck. And Ricky slowly walks up to her, raises his axe,
Yeah.
and he's about to come down on her when she falls down the stairs just as Ricky
She
swings
doesn't
down.
just fall. She fucking kamikazes herself. She's like, wow! She launches herself down the stairs.
I gotta give props to Mother Superior. She's just like, fuck this, I'm not going out like that. She's trying.
So she goes crashing down the stairs.
To where Ricky, he misses, and he's like,
And he murders the wheelchair. Like, he murders
fucking
the
split
wheelchair.
that thing in half.
Yeah. She pulls herself up using the banister and gets into another
Wheelchair at the bottom of the stairs.
and rolls into the kitchen. Ricky stalks after her. She gets out a large kitchen knife from a drawer and she holds it in her lap and then starts calling out to Ricky. She's like, Ricky, come face me. I'm not afraid of you. And I'm like,
You need to be punished. You've been naughty.
yeah,
I guess
but-
she's trying to psychologically break him again.
I can't, but like,
Jeez,
really,
she
you
did
know
so
bad?
much
Like,
damage.
you're not afraid of him because your ass was just running and threw yourself downstairs. You're you're scared of this guy. I mean, you were practically pissing in your habit just a few seconds ago. She tells him that he's weak like his brother and that he too must be punished. So Ricky enters behind her. They exchange some words. She orders him to put his weapon down, that she is his Mother Superior, and that she raised him from a little boy, and that he must take his punishment, and that he's being very, very naughty.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, I don't know who's fucking crazier, Ricky or Mother Superior, for trying to.
They're both
They're
batshit.
both gone at this
Yeah.
point. So again, Ricky once again raises his axe overhead, and before he kills her, he says, to me, I thought one of the best lines of the movie was, "Naughty this," and just brings the axe down. Naughty this?
Oh,
That's so weird.
I know.
Why did he just say naughty? You're naughty, like naughty this, and it would have been funny, like he said, like a Bruce Willis, like John McCain,
John
like,
McClane,
naughty
yeah.
this,
Yeah,
or it's
he's like kind of doing a jerk off motion
but
or
he's-
something.
He's
but-
like, naughty this. So outside, cop cars pull up, and cops rush inside, followed by the lieutenant and Sister Mary. Who at this point, Sister Mary is a meaningless fucking character. It's not even the same sister.
Again, not the same actress.
It's not even the same character.
Yeah.
So Lieutenant and Sister Mary enter the room, find Mother Superior sitting in her wheelchair at the dining room table.
She's just sitting there, quiet,
all stolic,
motionless.
yeah.
And, Sister Mary's coming over. Mother Superior? Mother Superior? Oh, and everyone's like looking around all tense. She reaches out, grabs her shoulder, and her fucking head falls off.
Plops right down to the
Just
floor.
falls off. Ah!
She
screams.
Yeah, she screams. Sister Mary faints, falls to the floor.
She backs up into Ricky.
No, she falls. She faints, and then as she faints, we see Ricky standing behind her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So again, he raises his axe.
He raises his axe, and when you should say something epic, when you should say something, this is Sparta, and Braveheart, freedom, and, Highlander, there can be only one.
Or just somebody die, bitch.
Sure.
Or naughty.
What does he decide to say?
Boo!
Oh, I thought it was moo! Because I watched it 3 times.
I thought he said boo.
And because I'm like, this motherfucker just said moo. With such intensity.
Moo!
Raises it up, and I was like, is he saying move? Was he telling her to move?
Move,
no,
bitch, get out the way.
He says, moo! Moo? Moo! Oh.
It's so weird where it's moo or boo, which it doesn't matter.
This
It's
is
so
he-
fucking
this
weird.
is his last stand. He knows he's gonna die. The cops got him surrounded. Moo! Interesting choice.
Interesting. So the lieutenant just shoots Ricky twice, but Ricky's just standing there smiling, like laughing, like.
Yeah, he takes one shot. The other shot.
So another cop rushes in and shoots Ricky in the chest with a pump-action shotgun.
That does the trick.
This sends Ricky flying backwards, crashing through a window, landing on the front on the yard outside. The camera zooms in on Ricky's dead body, then cuts back to Sister Mary waking up from her fainting. She turns her head to the side, and in doing so, she's face to face with Mother Superior's decapitated head. Sister Mary screams again. Cut back to Ricky, who opens his eyes and smiles. Roll credits. That's Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Yes. Merry fucking Christmas.
So a few things during the credits. One thing I noticed during the credits that there was someone named James G. Bedford who was credited for being the dialogue editor. And I'm sorry, this guy should have been fired a long time ago because the dialogue in this movie is awful. If he's supposed to be editing that dialogue, he did a shit job. And also, because so much of the first movie was shown, pretty much they had to list the entire cast of the original movie in the cast for this movie, even though it was just all archived flashback
insane.
footage. That's just again shows you how lazy this film is.
So I'm curious that people who were in Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 get royalties.
I would imagine they had to if they got credit for this. I would think so. I mean,
right.
But
sweet.
I would. Yeah, that's
double bonus.
Yeah, for not doing anything. With that, let's move on to favorite kills.
There can be only one. Favorite kill.
All right. Oh, yeah, favorite kills.
Moo! I still can't get that out of my head.
Not a whole lot to choose from. But Aries, what's your favorite? What's your favorite kill in this?
My favorite kill is when Rocco got the umbrella through the stomach, through the chest, and then it opens up and it splatters blood. It's just, I fucking love it. And then it starts raining. I love that one. That was my favorite one.
See, when I first went, I was like, oh, it's got to be Garbage Day because I mean we've had. That's been an inside joke with us since we were like 15 years old.
Yeah.
But then I went back and watched it and I was like, I agree.
Shoots him.
It's the umbrella. I agree 100%. It's the umbrella. And the opening and popping it open. Yeah, it's the umbrella. And it's not even that great of a kill in compared to but for this movie, it's the umbrella.
It's great.
Umbrella. So that was real quick and simple. So let's move on to odds and ends.
Not only did they watch these films, they researched them too. Ugh, what is wrong with these guys?
Ratings, IMDb gives it a 3.5 out of 10. Now, we have the newest member of our Perfect Zero Club, joining I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer and Drainiac with a perfect 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Wow.
But it had a 30% audience score. So
a 0.
We need to. This is gonna be our.
Is it just that they didn't rank it yet, or is it just Everyone was like, perfect zero.
Perfect. It was, yeah, everybody hated it.
Wow.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't reviewed yet, it would say like no reviews of it,
Right.
but it says 0%. Like so, so I think we need what we need to do now. We need to like start an official Horrible Horror Hall of Shame.
Ooh.
And the perfect zeros have to be our first class, the
Yeah.
first inductees into the Hall of Shame. So we'll make this happen. I'll figure out a way to maybe put this on a website or something like our official Hall of Shame. And we can add actors and people as well.
Sure.
throughout it. But that's back to ratings. Amazon gives it a 2.7 out of 5. There were 80 plot keywords for this movie.
Holy shit.
80.
Holy shit.
Yeah. None of them were even that great. Like I wrote down 4. Disembodied head, nipples, which is just weird. Nipples.
Nipples.
And which the only nipples you see are in a flashback. And then dead woman with eyes open. And then I put a question mark by this because I don't understand why this is here, but it's surprise ending. Well, there's no surprise about this ending. Unless you're saying him opening his eyes at the very, very end is a surprise ending.
Well, it could be Mother Superior's head falling off or the eyes opening.
But that's not the ending. That's still in the movie. The ending is like, like the reveal. Like there's no surprise with that.
There really is. I mean, he obviously was going to go fuck up Mother Superior.
Yeah.
It wasn't like...
And it's not like Ricky said, like, oh, it wasn't Ricky at all. It was really Sister Mary. Or
Right.
There was no twist or
Right.
surprise. It was just, he opens his eyes. Like, and we see, like, how many times we seen, like, a Nightmare on Elm Street Jason, anything else? Like, yeah, he's still alive. Like, there's no surprise there. So, I just thought that was fucking weird. Now, trivia. I dug up a pretty decent amount of trivia for this movie.
Really?
For as shitty as it is. Yeah, surprisingly.
Awesome.
First of all, when we were talking about Ricky's crazy eyebrows,
Yeah.
there's a counter. Ricky's eyebrows were counted moving up and down 130 times throughout this movie.
Amazing. Dude, hats off to whoever did counted all that.
Yeah. Now, the guy, Daryl Gillabua, the guy who plays Ricky at
I'm just making it up.
15,
Yeah.
who's all they say 17, it doesn't fucking matter. He was actually 25 years old when he played Ricky at 15. So, come on.
Jesus Christ. It's so old.
Yeah. Baby Ricky in the flashback of the first movie, Baby Ricky was actually a girl baby named Melissa Best.
Huh.
Now, the producers of Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original, wanted director Lee Harry to recut the first film and insert 1 or 2 new scenes with Eric playing a mental patient to make the story in the original film appear to be nothing more than the ravings of an asylum inmate. But screenwriters Lee Harry, I'm not listening well, wrote short vignettes involving the patient's youth as he killed several people, and eventually it became this sequel. There wasn't enough material for a full-length film.
You don't say.
So numerous flashback sequences were added. The film still ran short, so almost 10 minutes of closing credits were added, showing the full cast and crew from its predecessor. Again, lazy bullshit filmmaking at its finest.
Ooh, that is top shelf lazy.
Yeah. Wow. According to James Newman, the guy who played Dr. Bloom, and the role of Ricky, came down to Eric Freeman and another actor. I can't believe this one. The other actor, they said, had more experience and was a much better overall actor, but they liked Freeman's look, so they chose him.
Because he's big.
Once again,
scary
ladies
dude,
and gentlemen,
yeah.
it shows you can make it high with absolutely zero talent. Just have the look and you're good.
Oh, man.
This whole movie was filmed in 10 days, which I find hilarious that this piece of shit took 4 days more to shoot than All Through the House, which you just did, which was actually a good movie and a proper full-length movie.
Right.
And they did that in 6 days.
And they had to cut it down.
And it was on a micro budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, right. It was originally a 2-hour film.
They had to cut stuff they didn't want to cut. Yeah.
So, again, fuck you, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Cinematographer Harvey Gekins stepped in to play the Salvation Army Santa after the original actor failed to show up for the filming, which who cares because he didn't do anything anyway. He wasn't even seen.
Hey, how's it going?
In 2004, the creators of the film attempted to contact Eric Freeman so that he could be included in the audio commentary for the DVD, but were unable to find him. Since then, Freeman has been seen at the 2013 screening of the movie, so he went like off the radar for a while.
Huh.
Which I don't blame him for. What I would want to disappear after this movie too.
No, it was awesome.
Oh my
He should be
God.
proud of his performance.
Moo!
Moo!
This movie was panned upon its initial. It panned upon its initial release due to the excessive use of the footage from Saturday Night Deadly Night, because people were pissed off, and rightfully so. Over the years, however, it has gained a cult following mainly due to the unintentional over-the-top campiness.
So awesome.
Screenwriter Joseph Earl provides the dubbed voice of the Salvation Army Santa. Live Entertainment wanted Saturday Night Deadly Night director Charles Sellier Jr. to return as director, but he declined. He's like, nope. Supposedly, this has a body count of 22, which is complete bullshit. You have to be counting all the kills from the
from the
flashback,
first one,
because
yeah.
there's no way other than that.
Absolutely.
So I call bullshit. Lee Harry, the patron of the movie theater loudmouth, the guy we were talking about, the mustache friend.
Yeah, yeah.
That was Lee Harry, the director. That's why he looked so much older than a teenager, because he was in his 30s. And he also provides the voice of the commentator when Mother Superior watches the Christmas Day parade.
No.
James Newman had a fierce argument with producer Lawrence Applebaum the day that Dr. Bloom's death was due to be filmed. And when Bloom's body was being loaded into a body bag, Newman flipped off the camera, knowing the gesture would be obscured by the other actors in the frame.
That's pretty funny.
Now, this is the craziest bullshit. I feel so bad for Newman for this. According to IMDb, now take this for away, but according to IMDb, James Newman was paid only $150 for his role as Dr. Bloom in this movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
Well, if it only worked like an hour or two.
Maybe I feel like one day, but I mean, it's still 87, but it's
pretty
not like
fucking cheap.
But that's really cheap. Without giving too much away, speaking of cheap, we get to play the budget game.
Oh, sweet.
They spent how much? The budget game.
So, Aaron, what do you think is the budget for Silent Night, Deadly Night 2?
It's so hard considering half the movie is another movie.
Yeah.
You include the budget from that movie in this one, so I'm saying no. I'm just the talentless actors and actresses, so I'm sure they didn't make a lot of money.
Well, obviously Newman only made 150 bucks.
As far as the special effects go, that's not that great. The most expensive thing is the car.
Yeah,
flipping
car
over, I'm
explosion.
sure.
Yeah, man.
So how much does that car cost?
Pretty shitty car.
$5,000.
$5,000 for Aaron's guess for the budget.
It's so low.
Well, you did not blow your wad,
No.
but you're way fucking off.
How much could this
The budget
thing
for
fucking
Silent Night,
cost?
Deadly Night 2, $100,000.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
there's a round 2. Because you get to follow up and get your pride back,
All right,
your honor,
all right.
by playing Guess the Gross. How much did this movie make in the United States in the theaters?
$5,000. Probably not much. Was it profitable? That's the only thing I'm thinking of. It was only $100,000. I'm gonna say, and especially with the hype of Silent Night, Deadly Night, the way it was, carried on about. We went over that in our first, round of this. I'm gonna say,
And don't forget, it was released in the springtime.
That's true, yeah.
Instead of Christmas time.
Yeah, $750,000.
$750,000. Actual gross. Aaron's busting his wad. Actual gross of this movie. $135,913.
Shit.
It
Holy
barely made
shit.
money.
That's like nothing.
There's nothing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I'm like, I know I'm not great at this game, but god damn, is that crazy?
yeah, that's insanely low.
You keep watching these low budget films, so I keep forgetting,
This was technically like a
Yeah,
bigger budget
yeah,
movie at the
yeah.
time, or at least a big, more. It was a theatrical release, so. Oh god, that's scary to think about. Anyway, let's move on to 5-star reviews.
Is this your guilty pleasure? 5-star reviews.
All right, now there were 13 total reviews on Amazon. That's all reviews from 1
It's a
through
lot.
5. 13.
No, it's not the most, but basically it's a lot for this movie, is what I'm saying.
I didn't think it was that much at all. I mean, that's 1 through 5 stars, 13 total, not 13
yeah.
5 stars.
Okay.
So I only wrote down 2 5 stars because there's only 13. From Leo D. Joan Love. I watched this movie back in the 80s when I was a kid. I loved it. I love it now. 5 stars. Plain and simple. From Justin D. Best worst movie of all time. Forget part 1. The entire movie is told in part 2. 5 stars. Now, because I can't just leave with just 2, there's nothing.
Sure.
So I went on to the 1 stars. I wrote, I think, all 3 of them. From Meridian. One of the worst movies ever made. I'd give it negative 10 stars if I could. Half the movie is scenes from the first movie. Don't get ripped off like I did. 1 star. From Steve D. Was hoping this would hit the sweet spot of so awful it's good. Unfortunately not. Save yourself the time and YouTube the one good scene. 1 star.
What's the one good scene?
My opinion would be Garbage Day, but but yeah, it just says one good scene. And then from Corey, 1 word, simply meh. That's what MEA. Meh.
Meh.
Which again, isn't really a 1 star. It's like I could take it or leave
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
like a 2, maybe a 3 star.
Yeah,
1
yeah.
star is like meh. So that's it. That's
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
2. That's like, fuck. Anyway, let's go wrap it up. I think we're gonna differ on this one. We might be differing, but Aaron, what's your final take on this
So
one?
bad, it's good. Oh my god, this movie is amazing. It's so
You son of a bitch.
awesome. I totally agree with the one reviewer, the 1-star reviewer. If you haven't seen number 1, just don't. Just watch the second movie. You get all the meat, none of the potato. Like, you cut out all the filler. It's like the pure meat and potatoes. You get into that side salad or bullshit like that, man. You get the good stuff in the beginning of the movie of number 1. Then you get to go the campy, crazy side with number 2. And the overacting is so amazing. And the laughing and just, it's bonkers. Oh my God. It's so awesome. It's quite literally one of the movies that was trying to be a horror movie, and like you were saying earlier, so intense and so real, and that it was so poorly executed, it transcended into greatness. I love it. I love it.
Oh my god!
Like, I'm gonna watch this every Christmas time. It was awesome.
Well, I gotta say, your passionate plea there makes you part of me is like, all right, maybe I'll change. He makes a point. We did laugh a lot at it, but I'm sorry, I can't. Like, to me, it's so bad, scary. Just because I can't get back to. It's the laziest, most bullshit filmmaking I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
Can you imagine? Like, honestly, didn't make much money. I mean, I totally understand. But can you imagine if you're one of the people who paid to see this in the theater? Like, what the fuck? I just paid to see the same movie I just saw. Like, it's
Just a few years ago.
yeah, it's so like the audacity these people had to charge
The
people.
balls on them.
Yeah, to charge people money for a full movie that they've already seen, basically.
I know. Jesus Christ.
And then the things they do add are just awful on top of it. Like, at least in the first movie, they were more creative kills. Like, Billy's going around, like, killing people with a bow and arrow and an axe and doing this.
Impales a chick on the deer.
On
yeah.
deer antlers. And this one, Ricky's just going around shooting people. And laughing. Yeah, like, the only good kill was an umbrella. The rest, and maybe the car battery. But other than that, it's just so bad. The acting's awful.
Oh, it's so
but
bad.
I do appreciate your emotion, your emotion filled plea. Like, it really almost made me change my vote because, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I can't look past the fact as a movie it's supposed to be its own movie, a sequel. It's awful. It's not. It's a 40-minute movie. Like, or if you do want to watch it, skip the first 40 minutes and just then start up there. Skip the first 40 and watch the last 30 minutes of the movie. Because after that, it's all credits anyway. So we're splitting on this. So bad's good, so bad's scary for me.
Man. Watch it. Watch it.
Make up your own mind if you really want to. That's gonna wrap it up for us this week. We are actually gonna be taking the next weekend off. It is the holidays, so we're gonna take a weekend off.
It's Christmas Eve, Christmas.
Yeah, holidays. It's time to be around family. So we will be back New Year's weekend though. We will be back. with a new movie, new year. We'll see how things go then. Looking forward to that one. Don't know what movie we're doing yet, so stay follow.
Yeah,
so
we already did New Year's Evil last year.
There's not a whole lot of New Year's. I'm still looking. But, you know, if you want to find out what movie we are going to do, I will post those on our Facebook page, which you can follow us on there, as well as our website, horriblehorrorpodcast.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at So Bad It's Scary and Instagram at Horrible Horror Podcast, where you can download and listen to our episodes, again, on our website or at Podbean at horriblehorrorpodbean.com, as well as Google Play and iTunes. All of it's free, no charge to you. So
check it out.
Check it out. In the meantime, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. Watch more horror movies.
Yeah, watch this one. It was great.
And for always remember, keep it tight.
Move!